And we should be live. Let me go ahead and check. Paul Schlock says, good Star Wars? Yep, that is the plan.
It's live.
Awesome. All right. Hello, everyone. Ace here. Welcome to today's live stream. I'm joined today with returning guest Alpharius.
Howdy.
Welcome to the stream, Alpharius. And today we are back with some more Star Wars Empire. It's been a while since we've actually covered Star Wars Empire, admittedly, because we've been getting through so much High Republic and all that. But yeah, we were, of course, going to try to read this last week, but well, you know, had some issues with, and also some drama elsewhere as well. So.
Oh?
Well, you know, that bit with the dev defenders out there?
Oh, yes. They said some more stuff?
Oh, one of them's still trying, but it's not exactly going very well. He's actually, the dude in question, which is Mars, after making that thread, tried to claim I didn't read the thread, so I showed the stream where I read the thread. Now he's demanding that I should have reacted to my own previous video on the dev defenders.
Huh?
Yeah!
Keeps getting deeper and dumber, doesn't it?
It's even funnier when I then pointed out, hey, I did actually, the screenshots that I showed were the same screenshots I used in that last video as well. So I did, in fact, react to the evidence, if that's what he wanted. So he doesn't even have that argument anymore. I apparently had to react to the exact video itself. Not just the evidence in the video, but the actual video itself.
I mean, it's... Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. Killer was mad, says, hello there. Yeah, I called him out on Twitter. Yep. Nico says, some good Star Wars while playing Revenge of the Sith. Zim says, man, I miss the old Dark Horse comic. Or anyone know if Don Ostrander is still alive? I don't know. But let's see what we've got here. So, Star Wars Empire issue 23. Featuring the galaxy's second coolest smuggler. You can already tell, like, Alpharius was mentioning it before the stream started, that this comic has got a sense of humor, if the cover art's anything to go by.
Mm-hmm.
And I do agree with that. Though I also would hasten to mention Dash Rendar briefly from, you know, Shadows of the Empire. But, that's another potential candidate for second coolest smuggler in the galaxy. But that's I guess that's a conversation for another time. Anyways.
I'm more contentious of a title than first, that's for sure.
Boshek, Enemy of the Alliance? We'll see. So, script was done by Jeremy Barlow, art done by Brandon Badeau, colors by Michael Atea, who has actually done some of the coloring for some of the High Republic stuff.
Which High Republic stuff?
I think he's done some of the High Republic adventures, which is weird, because this, we'll see if this artwork here, the coloring doesn't look bad.
No.
But some of the High Republic stuff that we've seen has been very atrocious. This might actually be a case of the lettering, or the, sorry, not the lettering, but just the actual line work not making everything look far worse than it otherwise might. Who knows? Killer was mad, says Mars got real pissy over me pointing out the fact that he's pro-rape. Yeah, yes he has. In fact, his pinned thread is a thread of him trying to debunk me. That little thread we showed is now a pinned thread where he's trying to is just a pinned thread now. Because me pointing out his own arguments has gone that poorly for him. He also tried to claim he was totally not upset or that I wasn't having any effect by pointing out the stupid things that he argues, which, yeah, if it wasn't having an effect, he wouldn't have that as a pinned tweet thread now, would he?
No, I don't think he would.
Anyways, the events in this story take place approximately 6 months after the events in Star Wars A New Hope. So this is between episodes 4 and 5. All right. And then we also have lettering by Michael David Thomas and cover by Killian Plunkett. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in total that worked on this comic, of which only 2 actually had to read the script before it became publicly available.
No, I just wonder where all those bloated numbers from the High Republic come from. You know, it doesn't. Why would they need so many more people to do the exact same job? It makes no sense.
Gotta pump those numbers up for the HR department, I guess.
That seems to be a solution answer to a lot of society's problems these days.
Yeah. The planet Stoga. About as far out on the rim as you can get without falling off the map. If you're looking to drop off the galactic radar, this giant ball of sand would seem the perfect place to disappear. Far enough away from galactic politics to make you forget all about them. My kind of place. For the last few months, I've enjoyed Stoga's quiet anonymity. Led a peaceful life of honest work and simple pleasure. Stayed just beyond the Empire and Alliance's firing range. That all ended this morning. Her name's Roche Bex. Not bad, eh? Normally, I'd have almost anything to get her on the back of my speeder. Now, the folks chasing her are from an underground rebel cell that taken root near here. Your friends are persistent.
I never said they were my friends.
I know. So much for saying it, staying out of it. Don't let them make those canyons. Apparently, I'm not the only one who figured out that Stoga was a good place to hide from Star Destroyers. There goes the neighborhood. Rasha met up with a group of what she thought were kindred spirits. Turned out they were rebels. Finding the rebels' methods too extremist for her taste, Rasha tried to move on. The Alliance soldiers had other ideas.
They're too fast. We can't outrun them.
In a minute, we won't have to. She knew too much, and they couldn't risk her sharing information with the wrong people. She arranged transport off Stoga, but she was having some trouble shaking this crew behind us to get there. Luckily for her, I came along. Killer was mad, says, man, why do they keep spitting on the Star Wars grave? They really should have the franchise rest a while before putting out slop like that. With regards to the High Republic, I have actually heard rumors that they might be winding down High Republic. Like Phase 3 might be the end of it.
After the absolute crash fire that was the Acolyte, I wouldn't be surprised. That would have killed pretty much any hope, even the most diehard... Okay, not the most diehard, but most Disney fans would have for the High Republic.
And, yeah, and not only that, but I've actually heard rumors that I don't know how true these rumors are. They are rumors after all. But that Disney might just be giving up on Star Wars entirely and just focusing it more on Marvel specifically.
God, please be true. They need to give Star Wars like 2 or 3 to 5 years worth of rest before they do anything else with it.
Man, is that a sign of just how rough things are. Like, I remember back when Star Wars Connect was brand new. I remember the prequels as well, and people's general reactions to that. People weren't really sitting there saying that Star Wars needs to die, or that Lucas should give Star Wars a rest. They weren't really saying that back at that point. Now, there was a very brief moment that when Disney bought Star Wars that people thought, well, maybe things can improve. Yes.
Good one.
Yes, there was a time when people were that naive.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I remember it.
Oh, I remember when I was a kid 12 years ago, I thought things could only get better because, more Star Wars,
Mm-hmm.
But kid, that sounds like second Christmas.
But yeah, most people were actually still somewhat sad to see projects like Star Wars 1313 get canceled. Or Battlefront 3.
And more tragedies.
They weren't sitting there going, oh, thank God it's over. The way that we're kind of hoping is right now the case if Disney does actually stop making new Star Wars stuff, at least for a while.
Yeah.
Or to put it another way, or to go even further back, I remember when Star Wars X-Wing Alliance, when they were saying how the series was getting put on hiatus, and it was very... The X-Wing Alliance is a great game, but the fact that the X-Wing franchise got put on hiatus back in '99 was very sad. People weren't exactly cheering that.
Yeah.
Here, people are actively cheering for the moment we don't have to hear about High Republic ever again.
Hey, if nothing happens, that means nothing can get worse.
Paul says they fumbled the $1 billion IP so bad. Yes.
It ain't
Yes,
even
they did.
funny how bad they fumbled.
The worst part is Star Wars might be one of the more high-profile examples, but it's not the worst I've seen.
What's
Star
the
Trek.
worst?
Star Trek, I'd argue, has been worse.
Yep. Yes. Yeah, I'm not even that big of a Star Trek fan, but I can agree.
What they've done to Doctor Who? Holy shit, what they've done to Doctor Who.
That one hurt, man. I ain't even a Britbong.
Yeah. Killer says, man, why do they... Okay, so I think I already read that. So, Nico says, didn't know Star Wars Empire had Punisher Elvis on a speeder. Mm-hmm. And Zim says, I'm still keeping my love for Star Wars alive by making my own alternate timeline. See, that's the trick, if you ask me, is to that or alternatively just ignoring the new stuff and just basically...
Acting like it never happened.
Just basically reading and playing and watching the old stuff, like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, exactly. This
Speaking...
is the best way to have fun with modern Star Wars. By not talking about modern Star Wars.
The best thing Star Wars is making right now these days is the remastered games and ports. And even that can be a little bit shaky. Battlefront 2 original remastered, ladies and gentlemen.
I am very glad I didn't get that. Did they make a remastered for the first Battlefront game? Because I miss...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it actually was a compilation of 1 and 2, now that you mention it.
Did they at least re-add ship combat to the ground?
I don't know if they did in 2, but they might have. Although
whenever I played 2, that's what I mainly missed when I played 1.
Yeah, because they did have... I think I heard that they did reintroduce some of the maybe DLC maps, which were basically just ports of Battlefront 1 maps to Battlefront 2. That might have gotten your fix that way, basically. I know they had some Xbox exclusive DLC stuff too, so...
That's fair.
Like a couple of new heroes you could play, so anyways. Let's go ahead and carry on.
Indeed.
Yeah, lucky for her.
You're not? You are!
That's it. Box them in. I thought I'd left all this behind me, but somehow I always ended up running full speed down a dead end. We can't stop. We can't get through there. Missile! Boom.
General Bel Iblis isn't going to like this, Khan. If that girl gets away...
She won't. We're not the only ones out here looking for her.
For a mechanic, you're an amazing pilot.
You'd be surprised You'd be surprised at what you pick up fixing other people's junk. You, for example. Sorry.
Funny. As a comedian, you're an amazing mechanic. What do we do now?
We'll lie low at a friend's place tonight. At first light, we'll make a run for your rendezvous point, and hope those rebels aren't waiting out for us when we get there. Barshot? Oh, wait, you want to actually voice this character?
Sure.
Let's check. What'd you go and get yourself into this time?
I'm just going to... I need to get cleaned up.
Right down the hallway, sweets.
It's not what it looks like.
Actually, from here, it doesn't look too bad.
Tam's an old friend, going way back. I hate lying to him, but the truth here could get him killed, and my conscience is already enough without carrying that load. Listen, Tam, there's some heat on this. This girl, Rasha, she's in some trouble. We just need a few hours sleep and then we're out of your hair.
I don't have much hair left to tangle, but you are the one I'm concerned about.
You've done well for yourself out here. It hasn't always been easy, but you seem to have found a balance. Some happiness, finally. I just don't want to see you lose that. Fall back into the old life.
Trust me, I don't want that either. This is a blue milk run. She has some friends waiting to pick her up. I get her there, and then I go home and forget I ever saw her. Promise. We'll talk more when I get back, I promise. In the meantime...
Oh, don't let an old man stop you.
Your friend seems nice. Taste of interior decorating notwithstanding.
Tam? Yeah, keeps to himself, but he's a good man. He likes people, he just likes them better when they're not around. Some days, that doesn't seem so crazy.
Some days it isn't. So is that why you're out here, on Staga? Trying to get away from other people?
Well, I'd heard that was the one system in the galaxy you could go to and not get shot at by a gang of disgruntled rebels. I might have to look at that travel brochure again. And what makes you think I'm not from around here anyway?
Come on. You're no farmer. Not a miner either.
The truth's not all that exciting. You'll be disappointed.
I doubt it, but go ahead. Disappoint me.
I used to be a smuggler. Made my living running around the galaxy, carrying other people's problems. The thing is, you do that long enough, and those problems start to become your own. Eventually, the thrill of it all dried up. Suddenly, pulling back and living the quiet life out here all made sense. Unfortunately, that epiphany hit me after I accidentally trashed some TIE fighters and got my name on the Empire's wanted list. Sometimes a guy just can't catch a break.
Think you accidentally trash a few TIE fighters.
It happens. You know how those TIE fighters are pretty fragile and all that. Just accidents happen.
Yeah, it's just a few stray turbo laser bolts,
You have to make
serious.
You have to make sure that the your defensive systems are working properly, and these TIE fighters just so happened to fly just the wrong direction.
I thought they were army surplus. I didn't know they were command.
I could have sworn they were drones.
I'm surprised the Empire hasn't sent someone after you.
Oh, they have bigger troubles than me to worry about, and I won't be sticking my neck out anytime soon.
Don't you care about the future?
I care about my future, about getting through tomorrow.
You can't hide forever. Sooner or later, you'll have to make a stand. When it comes to it, which way will you jump?
You might want to ask yourself that question, considering all the rebel blaster fire you're drawing right now. This guy Karn wants you dead. Seems to me you should be the one rethinking your stance.
I know exactly where I stand. You should have come with me. You're a great pilot. You could...
Whoa, slow down. Put whatever spin you want on it. As far as I'm concerned, this war is just a battle between two extreme ideologies. If I had to choose, then sure, I'd side with the Alliance within a heartbeat, but I don't have to choose.
Look, I'd love to give this whole war up, too. Settle down somewhere quiet, and all the rest of the galaxy. But that life's a fantasy. This is a real fight for a real future.
Life's too short to waste. Life's too short to waste it on a future that might never happen.
I don't know if that's the most enlightened advice anyone's ever given me. Or the biggest biggest pile of delusional junk I've ever heard. Either way, I'm too tired to argue anymore. So, Shek, you are the dirtiest, most stubborn, wrong-thinking scoundrel I've ever met. And I'm glad you picked me up.
Me too, Rasha. Me too.
Ooh.
Did they send any signals? You did the right thing, Tam. We'll take it from here. There was a time not long ago when I wanted the Force to guide my life. That's really why I came to Stoga, to find out how strong that connection could become. Thing of it is, the closer I tried to get to it, the further away it felt. Now, when I could use any kind of guidance, I get a resounding silence. So I go with my gut instead. You'd better be sure, Karn. Tam, take their guns. Don't let them follow us. You and I have lots to talk about, pal, later. Alright, this is getting interesting.
Mm-hmm. I'll voice this next guy.
One moment, let me make sure that... Yep, YouTube is actually doing the usual hide comments from me again, so I can't see them to read them. That's lovely. Alright, so Uro says, we have good comic incoming today. Yes, we do. Zim says, my timeline has Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan start their relationship as master and apprentice, and a lot more positive, and Jango Fett as Frieden is more active as a Mandalore turns the Mandalorians into Prussia. Interesting. Ura says, those jokes wouldn't fly today. Ironic because the women, some with a question mark at the end, making comics today have tanked the industry. Nico says, boopa. Or says, when women had tits, could show tits, and we all knew they weren't Slanesh worshippers that got them by slaying some babies or the like. Karn always wants people dead, at least in the moral department. Guy is a real dick, but we love him somewhat. Killer was mad, says Reddit tier writing. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know. I wouldn't say this is Reddit tier. This is
pretty good, honestly.
Yeah. I've been waiting. Oh, wait, that's... Never mind.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this. Come on, tough guy. Let's see what you've got.
Crack!
Oh, God. Same energy as that Indiana Jones fight scene. Just
Yep.
shoots the guy. This just keeps getting better. Your speed is hammered. I'll have to...
Way ahead of you. Get on. Leave him. There's no time.
They're right on us! Oh.
Oh, wait, that's my line, yeah. They're right on us. Now, what now?
The bridge of the old mining operation. My friends are waiting on the other side. If we can beat Khan across and take it out...
They're going for the bridge. Lyra, pull us over. Hand me your rifle.
They're moving too fast. You'll never hit them.
I'm not aiming at them. Click. Bro shot the bridge first. Or it says, hey Ace, why am I the ghost guest today? Oh, shit. Sorry, I didn't notice that. I'll fix it. Yeah.
I see some of what you say, Eros.
They hit the cable. We're not going to make it.
Shit!
Zang, zang. Get ready. If my faith in the Force wavered before, I'm a believer now. Hang on!
We're too late. We need to warn the others.
Spang, pew. Well, I got us this far. Wait, we're moving. Somebody's pulling us up.
You want to voice this next guy?
Yep. Maintain covering fire. Don't let them get us shot off. Pull those people up here now. We have them on the run. Alright. Come on. There's time for that later.
We made it! Here, it's everything I've got on them. There are 6 active cells in the area, all connected to General Bel Iblis.
Good work, Captain Vex. The ground assault's already underway. Wait.
Oh, that's great.
Wait just 1 minute.
Stop! Oshek, drop your blaster!
You lied to me. You were never with the rebellion. You're a spy.
I never said whose side I was on. I just told you I didn't agree with the rebels' methods. I let you make your own assumptions. Please lower your blaster. I don't want them to kill you. My extraction was compromised. I enlisted your help to complete my mission. I never meant for you to get caught in all this. Can you understand that?
Perfectly. I'm sure Tam will too, when you TIE bombers drop one on his house.
Oshek, I can help you. The Empire needs good men. If you join us, I'll get the charges against you dropped.
No thanks. I've seen how good the Empire's word is. I'd rather take my chances in prison.
Holy shit, that stormtrooper's huge.
Yeah!
Is that one of those elemental stormtroopers we saw in those old 90s comics?
Maybe!
Look, you're at war here. An ugly thing, but that's what it is. People like your friend Tam are causing chaos and death all over the galaxy, and we have to stop them. You can either hide out here in the desert with your head in the sand, or you can stand up and make a difference.
Or you can stop buying into the propaganda and get away from all of this. You don't want to be here any more than I do.
What?
Killer says, the reason I say Reddit tier writing is because there's always one character saying, oh, you're so good, you are the best at specific thing. I hate when the characters say this instead of showing. Well, they did technically
They did show it.
Yeah, but but the other thing to keep in mind, she's a spy. And
She's trying to compliment him and butter him up so she can get any information she can out of him.
Yes.
If you want to do that to somebody, and you know they're, say, very talented at a specific thing, it's pretty simple to just say, oh, you're very talented at this specific thing.
That is very true. And it does. And people trying to butter you up will absolutely try to go for the really obvious stuff as well. Especially if they only just met you and are trying to figure you out, which is something a spy would absolutely be trying to do. Nico says, a heterosexual relationship in my Star Wars? I missed it. Yeah, I know. Where it says, indeed, Nico, the old ways were always the best ways. Raven, Small Bean says, what is going on? We're reading an actually good Star Wars. I won't stay locked up. Get me out of here and we can disappear together. He's still on it. And he might actually convince her to try to bust him out from the way it looks. Khan and his men got away, but they won't get far. We'll either round them up later or bomb them into oblivion. You're not having second thoughts about the smuggler, are you?
No, of course not. Just thinking about the future.
Yep, he's definitely in there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was good.
That was fun.
That was a good little comic. And yeah, I guessed it from a mile away that she was an Imperial spy, but, you don't need to subvert the expectations of something that makes sense.
Yeah, there were ways they could have subverted it, because the Rebel Alliance is, in the old EU lore, very, very loosely organized.
Yeah.
And has a bunch of computing cells. So they could have subverted it by just having her be from a different cell.
Yeah.
Heck, they could have they could have even been even more subversive and had her be from a cell much more extreme than the one chasing her.
Yes, but that wouldn't have been as fun as having it be the Empire, and that's what makes the comic fun.
Yeah. Plus, the comic is called, Star Wars Empire, so...
Small hint.
Kind of some expectations set by that, but...
Call me a conspiracy theorist, but I think there might just be a small connection there.
Yeah. But yeah, that was definitely a short but sweet read, which is
very fun.
Which is what you want Star Wars to be when it comes to comics series. You want the comic to be able to get through it and maybe most of the comics that we've read that have been actually good have taken us usually within the half hour to maybe 45-minute range. Some of them have actually taken us significantly less time.
Very true.
But as a standalone story, yep, this I think is pretty decent for what it is worth. It's simple, it gets the point across, but yeah, it's effective. What are your thoughts?
Those are my thoughts. It's a good story. And I'm wondering how the next issue will keep it going.
We could continue if you want.
Yeah, why not? Unless you're rehearsal for time or something.
I'm not, but it does look like it's going to be a different story on this one.
Ah, crap. Well, that sucks.
Still, your call.
You might as well, I mean...
Alright, we'll do it. Alright, so let's continue on. Issue 24. Also taking place 6 months after the... Oh, wait, this is going to be multi-parter.
Oh.
Maybe we should hold off.
Yeah, let's just call it for the night.
Yeah, we'll hold off because it is going to be a multi-parter. I've already got enough multi-parter stuff going on with the Thief 2 playthrough. Going to jump into a part 2 on that.
Yeah.
One of the missions, so... But yeah, overall, this comic is a good comic series so far, and this was a good issue of it. It's simple, but... And
very fun.
The only comments here are good story and wow, really like the story. Yeah, it's simple but effective. It's not overly complex, but it didn't really have to be overly complex. So...
Exactly.
So yeah, I would say this is a pretty decent comic and from a pretty good series that you should read. And I'm surprised that Michael Atea's name was on this, because seeing
his work on the High Republic, you wouldn't expect him to be in anything good.
I'm starting to think that it really is the line work that has made a hell of a difference.
That. Odds are is most likely the case. Either that or the High Republic just puts a ludicrous amount of just crunch on their artists. That's a possibility I've imagined too.
Or it's a surprising good story makes good comic. Shock and all. I know! What a simple premise. If you make a good story, it will help a lot in making a good comic.
Oh, it's crazy, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, nothing else I can really think of.
Yeah, I think we're at a good stopping point, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here. But yeah, Alpharius, it's been a pleasure having you on.
Been a pleasure being here, man.
And we hope to both see you all again soon. But until then, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.